to my channel. This is Makeup by Mackenzie, and I am Mackenzie, obviously. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to do this pumpkin spicy fall look. I feel like this look is a little bit different than your normal fall makeup look because it's orange. And orange is not necessarily a color you think of with fall unless you're thinking of pumpkins. If you watched last week's video, you now know what the difference is between fall and summer makeup. And I thought this was a good way to kind of get started trying out some new fall makeup looks. So, without any further ado, let's play with some makeup, shall we? Alright, so let's get started with this look. So I'm dealing with a bit of a pimple lately, so it's one of those ones where it like swells up a lot, and so it makes this whole side of my face look swollen. So if you're wondering why my face looks weird, blame this little guy. Actually, he's not quite so little, he's rather large. One fall color that I think a lot of people think is a little hard to wear is orange. And in the summertime, you see a lot more like creamsicle kind of oranges and sunsetty kind of oranges, but in the fall, you're going to see a lot more pumpkin-y kind of oranges. Oranges that are a little bit more burnt, ones that have a little bit more of a brown or a reddish tone to them. So that's a look that I'm going to be doing today, and this is actually a look that I did a while ago. I posted a picture of it, and it's also the look I was wearing in my Makeup 101 video about lipstick. So if you were curious about that look, this is that look. So I've already got my base done because I want to focus solely on the eyes. I think that's the most interesting part, and honestly you could kind of do whatever you want with your face. The eyes are the most interesting part, and I'm going to be using my Morphe 35O palette for this one. Alright, so let's jump into it. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, and the first thing I'm going to use is this shade right here as my transition shade. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my brush, and that's just going to go all over the crease. And you can be pretty liberal with that one. This is just going to provide a little bit of a transition between my natural skin tone and the orange. And you want to bring that all the way in to the inner corner of the crease. Alright, now we're going to start introducing some of that orange in here. And so I'm going to still take a fluffy brush, and I'm going to take this shade right next to the one we just used, just kind of a light orange, and that's going just right in the same place that other one is going. You can keep it kind of lower than that one though. Do you guys have any like fun fall activities that you like to do? What are your favorite fall activities? Let me know down in the comment section below. I love apple picking, absolutely love apple picking. The college that I went to, the town, actually had an apple fest. Everything apple. Apple crisp, tons of orchards from around the area selling apples. And there were a lot of orchards around. Different like vineyards and distilleries kind of selling and doing tastings of their wines and hard apple ciders. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small fluffy brush, and I'm taking that exact same shade, and I'm going to run that along the lower lash line, making sure to connect it to the crease. You can bring that in as far as you want. I like to go pretty far in with this shade. And this is where you can start to kind of give it a shape if you want to give it a shape. If you want to start bringing it out almost like in a cat eye kind of shape, you can totally flick it out that way. I kind of prefer to go kind of with the natural shape of my eye. So that's what we have so far. I'm just blending out the edges here now. Another thing I really like to do in the fall is Maryland. There's a Maryland Renaissance Festival that's here in the fall. It starts late August and goes all the way until mid to the end of October, and that's really, really fun. I'm going to take a slightly smaller fluffy brush. I'm going to take this shade right here, and that's going in our crease, staying concentrated towards the outer half of the crease. Just like that, and it's just kind of deepening it up a little bit. Now if you want, this could also be your lid shade. I think this would look pretty nice on the lid, but we're going to use a different shade for the lid. Alright, so now I'm just going back with the brush that I used to apply the crease shade, and I'm blending that together. And so you could get this much darker if you wanted it to. You just go in between blending it out and applying more pigment in the crease. So now I'm taking an even smaller smudger brush, and I'm taking that shade, and I'm only going to go about halfway in on the lower lash line with this shade. Again, keeping the color mostly concentrated towards the outside, but blending it in towards the half. The nice thing about orange eyeshadow that I really like is it really brings out my eye color, almost like the same way a red would, but it's not as hard to wear as red eyeshadow is. These kind of burnt oranges are really nice and easier to wear. They look a little bit more natural. Now my mother would probably disagree with that statement because she doesn't like it when I wear red or orange eyeshadow, and I asked her why. She said it's like because it's distracting and I can't get over the fact that you're wearing orange eyeshadow. So she doesn't like this look. But that's again her personal preference. I personally really like this orange eyeshadow look. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm taking a flat packing brush and I'm taking this top corner shade right here, and that's gonna go all over the lid. So this is the most red shade that we're going to use out of all of these. Alright, so now I'm just taking the brush that we used for that crease shade again, and I'm blending it out. Blending out so that those colors kind of seamlessly transition into each other. And that will kind of help to make the lid orange look a little less harsh, because it kind of will start to fade into itself rather than over here where it's so harsh. You see how it fades in to the crease? Whereas over here it's very harsh looking. So tell me something, guys. Do you like pumpkin spice lattes? I mean, I'm not a coffee person, so I've never had like a legit pumpkin spice latte. I've had pumpkin spice chai lattes, but I've never had a coffee pumpkin spice latte. So let me know, do you guys actually like them? I find a lot of people that I know, like my sister, thinks that they're just a little too sweet. And that's what I found with the pumpkin spice chai latte, that I thought it tasted a little bit too sweet. But if you like sweet drinks, that's totally for you. Alright, so that's what we have so far. Now the last thing that the top of the eye needs, I think, is a eyeliner. And I actually really like using a powder eyeliner for a look like this because I think this look is so blown out and so blended that a harsh winged liner can make it look a little bit disjointed. So I like to do a soft powder liner and sometimes even a smoky powder liner. And I like to do a brown. I think a brown makes this a little less Halloween-y because I think, you know, orange, black, it can get a little Halloween-y. So I like to use a brown, and I'm just gonna go with this brown right here. It's very nice chocolatey kind of brown. And I'm just gonna do a line pretty close to the lash line here. Not going too fancy with the eyeliner on this look because I kind of want the eyeshadow to speak for itself a little bit. With a look like this, you know, with crazy colors or with bold pigments, you kind of just gotta keep powering through because a lot of times you can get started and you can be like, whoa, what am I doing? But then once you get down to the end and you put that eyeliner on, or you put false eyelashes on if that's what you like, and it all kind of starts to pull itself together. So it's really easy to freak out with colors like this and be like, oh, this is just too much, what am I doing? But when really, you know, it kind of pulls itself together. I find that a look like this really does need eyeliner, whether it's the powder or it's a liquid eyeliner or a gel eyeliner. I just find that it kind of helps to ground it. It also frames your eyes in a way that keeps the focus on your eyes rather than being on the eyeshadow. I am so ready for fall. It's not even funny how ready for fall I am. I've never been the kind of person who likes to be hot. You know, I just don't like being hot. So summer is not my time of the year, you know. But fall, winter, sweater weather, that I live for. Absolutely love fall and winter. And that is it for the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera and I will be right back. Alrighty, so the eyebrows are done. It is now time for highlight and blush. So I'm going to go with my handy dandy Pure Nude Essence highlighter. And this is going to go on my cheekbones. And then I think I'm going to leave my forehead alone, but I am going to put it on my Cupid's bow. So I'm going to use this to highlight around my eyes next, and I'm going to use a small flat packing brush. Just going to take some of that on there. And this is going to go right on the inner corner of my eye, just to give it a little bit of something, something. And it's going to go under the arch of my brow. Like that. And that just gives it a little bit of a lift. Alrighty, and let's see. Now I haven't decided which blush I want to use. Do I want to use the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, which is like a peachy kind of color, or do I want to use the shade Feisty from Tarte? Alright, so I think I'm going to use the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Feisty, but I'm going to use it kind of sparingly because this can be a little bit too dark for me. Just a little bit. I'm going to keep that concentrated closer to my blush rather than closer to my highlight, so it to my bronzer, so it stays a little bit like a contour. So it's just gonna add a little bit more of a flush of a color to my cheeks. Yeah, I always feel like blush kind of like pulls everything together, you know, because it makes your face just look a little less makeup-y and a little bit more lifelike, you know? Now the last thing to do is lipstick, and with this eye kind of combination it can be a little hard to pair. Do you go with a red? Do you go with a nude? You can do a nude. I've definitely done it with a nude before, but I actually really like going with almost like a brick kind of brown color. So this is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Liquid Lipstick in the shade Amazonian, and it's this kind of nice, rich, tannish, brownish brick color that I really, really like a clay brick kind of color. Another one you can go with if you don't want to do a matte lipstick is the NYX Slip Tease Lip Lacquer. Is really great, and this is in the shade Sandalwood. This would go really nicely with this look as well. So those are your two options there. I think I'm going to go with the NYX Slip Tease Lip Lacquer in the shade Sandalwood. Alrighty, so this is the finished look. We've got our orange eyeshadow going, and we've got kind of a clay brick orange lip going as well. This is just a really fun kind of fall look for if you want to do something a little bit more out there, a little bit more different, a little bit more pumpkin spicy. It is certainly not an everyday look, unless of course you want to do it every day, then go for it, honey. But I wouldn't wear this every day. I think it really brings out my eye color. I think it really gets into that fall spirit. I mean, I want to just go jump in a pile of leaves right now. Let me know what you guys think of this look. Would you go for orange eyeshadow in the fall? Let me know. How would you have done this look differently? I'd also love to know that. Also, let me know if there are any other makeup tutorials or challenges or ideas that you guys want me to do, because I want to do what you guys want to see. As always, I will have all of the products that I used in today's video listed in the description box below. I will also have a link to my GoFundMe campaign. 100% of those proceeds goes towards making this YouTube channel the best it possibly can be for you guys. So if you like this channel and you want to help me make it better, please consider donating to that. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at MUBYMackenzie. And if you like this video, please give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like it in the future. Alright, that's all I have for today. Remember, makeup has no rules. They're more like guidelines. So, you do you, boo-boo. Alright, see you next time, everyone. This should be a fun look today, everybody. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to highlight around my eyes, and I'm so like that. Isn't that pretty? 100% of those proceeds goes 100% of those proceeds goes 100% of those proceeds goes towards. I can do this.